Hi, I'm Lisa Neff-Wheeler. I've lived in New Jersey the majority of my life. I've lived in the Hillsborough, Montgomery, New Jersey area for over 30 years. I love living here. The area has maintained its country feel while having the conveniences of a more urban area. I look forward to sharing why I love the area and the local businesses. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Lisa Neff-Wheeler, Sales Associate with Coldwell Banker Realty, and I'm here today with Nicole Corr.
Hi Lisa.
Hi Nicole. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for asking.
Just to let everyone know, Nicole is the owner of the Hillsborough location of Honor Yoga. So I've been looking forward to this interview to learn more about Nicole, as well as her yoga studio. So how have you been?
I've been good. Very
Survived
good.
the snow?
Yes, it's beautiful.
I know.
Cold with the snow is okay.
Yes, as long as it's not that sloppy yet.
Right, exactly.
So I like journey stories. I find them interesting. I find it entertaining from, people started here and got there. So talk a little bit and tell me about your journey story to become the owner of your studio.
Well, we've been open here 9 years now, this coming summer.
Wow.
Yes. And I've practiced for a long time. I was a student here and a teacher here, and I knew I wanted to own my own business. And when I was coming here, this was the only place that I felt like I could release stress. And I decided that I wanted to share that with everyone. And I decided I wanted it to be a yoga studio. So I approached the then owner here, Heather, and Heather's the one who started and opened this studio, Heather Artman. And I approached her and said, I really want to open a studio up north. I wanted to be respectful from her, not right here in town. And I said, would you help me? She said, absolutely. And we started to dive into it. And then the turn of events was that she called me 2 days later and said that she knew I was supposed to be the owner of the studio. And
wow.
We yogis really believe in our gut instincts, intuition. And I think she said she had a dream. And I said, go back to sleep. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Because I was just in complete shock. And then we talked and she was like, no, I mean it. I mean, it's supposed to be you. And they were planning on moving in a few years. And so we started the wheels turning. So I purchased the studio in 2018. And it has been a steep learning curve, especially in the beginning. And then through COVID, of course.
I know.
But it's been the best decision I've ever made. I left corporate America to come here. So it was quite a change, quite a scary, change.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change a thing.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
it's awesome.
It's very cool.
So for me, when I started my own business, like that whole balance thing where because I was in corporate America too, you have your workspace, you have your family space, and the two kind of you're able to keep them separate. Owning your own business, I found it's like all bets are off.
True.
It's hard for me to put the guardrails up. Talk a little bit about what your aha moment has been about owning your own business.
My aha moment. Well, surprisingly, it's not that much yoga. I think people think I'm doing, 4 or 5 hours of yoga a day. And I think I thought that a little bit. And it's not that much yoga. It's much more administrative work. Yeah. It's much more payroll and staffing and making sure everything is running. And balancing a family. I mean, one of the biggest reasons I did this was because I didn't have balance in corporate America, and I do have more of it now because of the flexibility good. Of my schedule. So I have staff that I can really trust, teachers that are amazing, and so I'm not missing all the soccer games and the concerts for my kids, and that was really important to me. That was a big reason why I took the leap. But from a more positive perspective of what I was so surprised about was the community. So this, Hillsborough is just special. The people are special. I mean, it is. This town is so big geographically.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. But in here, getting to know so many people in this town, I mean, they're these wholesome, just good, hardworking, humble people. This community has just they just vibrate. This place attracts really wonderful, loving people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they supported the studio through COVID. Everybody gets to know each other in here. You start to see the same people coming to the same classes, meeting friends. So the community, I had no idea how blown away I was going to be by them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
like your family within a family.
It is, and they all know my family, and it's it's very cool. Or I tell them all the stories. But the balance is hard. It's an active thing that I'm working on every day. I don't want to lose the time with my family either.
Yeah,
I want both.
It's hard. I mean,
it is.
It's I'm working on it myself. So.
It is. Yeah, it's hard. It is.
Why don't you tell everyone, because your service mix is a little bit different. So why don't you tell everyone about your services? Because what I found interesting was you really, really focus to beginners, which for me, like we were talking about, that's a cool thing because yoga and I don't get along at this point. Maybe that will change if I take a class or two here.
Yes, we're going to need to get you in here, Lisa. So our services are, we offer lots of beginner styles of classes. So roots is the most common. We have them morning and night, almost every single day. We have gentle classes that are gentler on your knees and your wrists. We have yin classes, restorative. Those are all beginner friendly. And then we have more challenging classes, which are more your slow flows, your vinyasa classes. So we have a whole range, and we do a first class free, we do a 30-day trial, and the whole idea is just to let people come in and experience it, to come in and feel it in their bodies, try a few different teachers, see if it works for their schedule before, committing to a membership. And we do no strings attached, so they don't have to commit to anything. They can pop in whenever they want. And I think all of that goes with the beginner concept, because we want this to be a place that they can come to for their first yoga class ever, that they can come to for if they haven't been practicing for a long time, a place they can come to post-injury. We have tons of prenatal and postnatal students. We have lots of athletes, lots of weightlifters that come to complement, their training. So I think beginners are really important to offer that space to, because I think we have to maybe change the narrative a little bit about yoga being, these beautiful photos on Instagram of only handstands and twisty, crazy things, and not that it doesn't include that, because it can for sure. But that's such a small part of yoga, and that's fun, and that can be a fun goal, an adventure. But it's really about the peace of mind. It's about being able to quiet, all the voices in your head. It's about the breath work. So all of our classes include that, of course. So the stretching is so important. The strengthening is important. But being able to kind of come here and know that you're safe, that you are listening to your body, or learning to listen to your body and the signals it sends. And that's all beginners. So I think we'd be missing, that piece. That's for everyone. That's not just for the flexible. That peace of mind. I mean, that's for all of us. So.
Which, I mean, I like that aspect of yoga, but like I was telling you, I'm very tight. So I like the concept, and I'll get to my question. I like the concept of how you give people a chance to try it. How many people, after they've tried it during that period of time, say, yeah, this is for me? Or is it the majority, or how many people say, me?
It's funny, I actually just was looking at the numbers, and we have about a 70% conversion rate.
That's great.
I mean, really, I think if you give it a chance, there's kind of, maybe not your first class, but after a few, there's this kind of beautiful alchemy that happens that, yes, your body feels good, because again, you're stretching it, but it's the breath, it's the finding stillness, it's all of that, what makes yoga so amazing. And I think that's what you keep coming back for. It's that peace of mind.
Yeah, because lots of people need that these days.
it's reducing stress.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can reduce stress in our day, you know, and we make lots of jokes in here, lots of yoga jokes about you could lay in shavasana the whole time, which is essentially just laying.
Yeah.
You know, or take a child's pose the whole time, and that's going to be the most advanced student because they know that's all they need that day. You know, so yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you kind of answered it. What would you say, like, what did Heather say when you were going through the exploratory phase? It sounds like you kind of answered it to me, but is there anything else about the why of the beginners and why that focus?
Just because we really wanted to be a place that was open to everyone.
Okay.
That it was open to, we have all ages. You know, we have tons of, we have teens and, you know, people in their 20s, and then we have tons of retirees. We have all different cultures. We have just people from all different backgrounds. And yeah, I mean, Heather believed, I think I can say Heather really believed, and I believe that it's for everyone, you know, and you might need to find a teacher that you really kind of like vibe with, you really enjoy their teaching. And that's what it is. I think if you take a few classes and you find someone that speaks to you, that you also, they're guiding you and helping your body feel better, I mean, you got nothing to lose.
Cool. Sounds like it. So talk about what drives and motivates you.
What drives? Well, my faith drives me. My family, supporting my family drives me. Motivating me is seeing this community not in pain. I mean, every time someone comes and tells me that felt so good, my hip feels so much better, you know, my ankles are feeling better, my shoulders, I don't feel so tight. That definitely is motivating for me. Yeah, all of it. I mean, just watching the changes happen, watching them feel calmer, or a lot of people now will come when they're having a bad day. It's interesting. Usually you don't want to exercise or do anything like that on a bad day, right? You want to be under the covers. And we kind of have the opposite. And I think the effect that this has on you is when you have a bad day, you want to come in here and let it go and shift, you know? So that's motivating. I can't believe I get to call this work. You know, teaching. I feel like the luckiest.
Now, you said you're doing more of the administrative stuff. How often do you teach a week?
So I teach 4 times a week, and then I'll sub when needed.
Gotcha.
I love like today. You know, we had 30 people in our beginner class but it's a holiday.
Yep.
So and I love that. I love teaching the holidays. They're so much fun, and the classes are all starting to get bigger, and. Yeah, and believe it or not, 4 classes is about as much as I can do between that and family and all the administrative stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot to
there's a lot.
Your own business.
Little things, you know, like you don't think about who brings in the toilet paper. You know, these small things as a business owner. But you know, the light bulbs. I remember I forgot to bring in light bulbs for like a week, and we had a light bulb out. Little just silly things. And there's a CVS right next to you.
Yes, there is.
So, I mean...
So talk a little bit about you've progressed. You've gotten through that COVID. You've maintained your business. It sounds like you're growing your business. Where do you see yourself, you know, a year from now, and then maybe a little bit longer term, like 3 or 4 years from now?
Well, I do want us to grow back to COVID was really challenging as a business for everyone.
I mean, businesses are still going through it.
We're just happy to have been the support again that the community showed, keeping us here. Was because of them, and so we're still, you know, trying to kind of get back to those pre-COVID membership. But we have brought our full schedule back. So we have a full schedule of classes. One thing that's been really successful and so much fun are the retreats. So we've sold out every retreat that we've ran so far, and we have 3 retreats on the books for this year. So we have Mexico in April.
Wow.
We have 2 spots left. I'm just about to announce LBI, Beach Haven in June. So we'll do a stand-up paddleboard and fun, all different kinds of yoga, beach yoga in June. And then we do the Catskills every October. But I would love to start taking this community all over the world. I would love to maybe try somewhere new every year. I mean, that would be really, really just incredible.
And why don't you tell the folks about the retreat a little bit? You know, kind of the mechanics, like what they have to spend, what they get, how many days, all those kind of things, because this is a bit unique.
Yes. Well, the prices can range very much depending on Catskills, LBI, or Mexico. But you get all of your meals. We usually have a private chef that stays with us or that comes for every meal. And so it includes all your food, and then I coordinate the activities. It's usually gentle or kind of a slow flow yoga in the morning, and then a more restorative yoga at night, maybe more like yin or something like that. That's more slow and kind of preparing everybody for bed. And then during the day is activities. So in Mexico, it's a great place to learn how to surf. It has beginner surfing. Last year we went on the most beautiful hike that they called a beginner in Mexico. It was not a beginner hike.
Well, you did the high mountain.
Yeah, we learned that on the way up. But that's part of it, right? Part of it is just this kind of being open to the experience. Yep. And we all made it. We all made it there, made it back. But so they include all different things like that. We'll do mala making, bracelet making sometimes. We'll do an arm balance workshop if somebody wants to learn that. Everyone is different. I want to make each and every one unique, but the idea is that you can completely unplug and you're cared for. You don't have to kind of plan anything, do anything. Everything's optional. You can attend as much or as little yoga as you want. And that most people come by themselves. So the idea is that you're coming and meeting all these people in your community. Most people are from Hillsborough. And then the friendships that you have after these retreats are just incredible. Because now they've been together for 4 straight days. So yeah, I think it builds community, right? Which you want to keep doing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So, yeah.
Anything else? I'm going to put you on the spot. Anything else you want the community to know out there?
Just that I'm grateful. I'm just so grateful to be here and to be even, in this small way a part of this town, and I'm grateful. So thank you.
Well, Nicole, it's been so great spending time with you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa.
And you probably will get me into the class.
Yay!
I like to try new things. And to our audience, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Once again, I'm Lisa Neff-Wheeler, realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty. If you have a business and would like to be featured, please don't hesitate to contact me at 732-267-1204. Take care. See you on the next episode. Bye-bye.